Hey guys, this is your Kiba right here in Kiba Space, and yes, it is Breast Cancer Month. Go ahead, support breast cancer. I just realized I don't have that much pink loose, but I tried what I have. There's pink on this, so yeah, go ahead, support where you can. If you can, $5 goes a long way. Yes, so we still in Breast Cancer Month, and we still doing pastry all month long. So yeah, today we're gonna make a custard cream pie, and this custard cream pie, you probably never had a custard cream pie, but here's what, I have not made it in years. So let's get this done. Let's see how it comes out, and let's just have fun. So I have a few ingredients that I want you to see. You're gonna need flour. You're gonna need flour. Yep. You're gonna need butter. Lots of butter. There's just a little bit here. You're gonna need some milk. You're gonna need some eggs for that custard. Some nutmeg, some salt. Yeah, nothing happens without essence. Nothing happens without bitters. Yes. So let me get washed up. Let me get prepped up, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back with my 2 cups of flour. I have a stick of butter. I chopped it up really good. And you want to get this to, so a short crust pastry is what we're working on. I need to say that slow. And you want to get, like, make sure that it's nice and cold, and you want to make sure that your hands is nice and cold, and not if you have hands that are very, very warm, you might want to do this with in a mixer. You want to combine that with a third of, I've put some bitters in my my water. So I have a third cup of bitters. I mean a third cup of water, and I'm going to combine all of this now. Make sure it's cold water. You want to combine all of this real quick. Because when it comes together, you want to rest it inside of the fridge so that you can roll it. So you're really, really combining, kind of like the flaky pastry. Alright. Faster you do it, the better for you. Alright. It's all combined. And I'm going to wrap this in cling wrap and put it to rest inside of the fridge. So this is the tricky part. So we need to warm up some milk. You need to scald. So I got 2 cups of milk right here, and I'm going to scald that. You don't want that on high heat. You don't want that to scald where it's sticking to the pan. You want to keep stirring as much as possible when it comes to a boil. But you're not letting that come right to a boil, but and then you want to whisk some eggs. So I have 3 eggs in this bowl. Remember, always break eggs separate, one at a time, so that you know if the eggs is safe to use or not. Got some runaway shells. Yeah, and these eggs are good. Remember, you don't know if the eggs are good, but you know, do your best to do them separate. And like Granny would say, go ahead, remove all the fresh. Ooh, runaway boy. Oh, I'll wipe that out. Yeah, and if you get a chip in there, so if I got a little chip in the bottom, shell like shell, I've learned that along the way, so and I just drop it right back in there. Shell, love shell. So you can take a piece of shell and it'll come right out. Alright, and make sure you whisk this bad boy. So you don't want to scald that milk where it's too hot. I'm going to turn down my fire just a tad bit. You're going to whisk this egg right here. I have something over here. I'll let this sit right here. And I'm going to add my sugar. I have 3/4 cup of sugar, white sugar today. This is a very delicate So I have my tart pre-cooking in the oven. My pie shell, what am I saying? My pie shell is in the oven. So we're doing this part here first. And I like to take the temperature of this simply because you don't want it to get too high. So you want it to be 160, between 165 and 170, no more than that. They're at 120, 124 and counting. To egg, you want to temper. This method is called tempering, and it is strictly for buttercream, for custard mixtures. You don't want to cook the egg too fast, but you want to temper the whole deal. So you add a little milk at a time, and you keep whisking. You can let the milk mixture cool down a little bit, or you can do this. So you don't throw all at once, or else you're gonna get scrambled eggs. Then you will pour all of your egg contents in here. All right. So I have now tempered everything in there. And I like to drop, just if you have a fresh vanilla bean, that is great, but I just like to drop a drop of vanilla essence in there. And you can splash your nutmeg in there if you want, or you can splash it on the top of. So this is your pie dough. Put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes. It didn't freeze, it just got a little bit of rest. Had to use this because I don't have a pan. I don't make that much pies, but even in trying to look for a pie dish, seems like everybody in COVID bought up all of this. So you can grease this if you want, or you can like. All right, so you want to circle a little bit bigger than the sides so that you can form a nice pattern. So you go like about a half an inch wider than you need to go. All right, and this goes back in the fridge. All right, so here we go. So this is what we're gonna do. Oops, you're gonna put that in there, and you want to make sure you press it into the corners so that you get, so that your pie is fully in there. And make sure you leave enough over the lip, so then you will kind of tuck these in. I didn't leave enough, as usual. I never leave enough, so you want to tuck these in so that you can make a nice pattern. All right. Yeah. So I learned this in school. You let your fingers work for you. Oh, no, I forget if I'm right-handed or left-handed. And you make a nice edge. So this is short crust pastry, or pie dough, I like to call it, pastry. And if you want to make a pie and you don't want to go through all this work, you can buy these in the store, or you can follow this pattern of doing it on my channel. You can go apple picking and you can make yourself some nice apple pie, apple strudels. Yes. So this is my crust, and I'm gonna set this inside of the freezer actually, so it can get a nice hold, and then I'm gonna pre-bake it because I want to make sure that it's fully baked, because the custard is a very gentle thing and I want to make sure that's well done. I'm just gonna duck it some so that it doesn't raise while it's getting baked. This method is to keep it from rising, coming up, lifting off of the pan. If you have something that you choose to use, some people bake it with beans in there to keep a weight down, but I'm gonna just put this in the oven for about 10 minutes and pre-cook pre-cook it, and then I'll put the mixture in. So this is my baked, partially baked actually. So I par baked this, and I'm going to pour the custard in there, and then we're gonna bake that. So if you can't get it right up when it's in the oven, you just pour it. But I put it on the sheet so that it won't be shaken too much. And you pour as much as it could take, and hope for the best. So I'm gonna put this in the oven now. I'm gonna start it on the bottom, and then let me skim off the bubbles. The bubbles is eventually gonna pop, but all right. Oopsie. All right. So it's at 4:25. We're gonna leave that in there for 20 minutes. So we're screaming down here. It's time to come out. Let's see what's going on under the hood. Alright, so it's been 35 minutes. Isn't that pretty, you guys? It sure is. Let's turn this off. It smells so nice in here. Yeah, that's done. That's really done. Okay guys, so this has been cooling for about 40 minutes. Yeah, it's still a little bit warm. This should be chilled before you cut into it, but it's so pretty. Yeah, I wanted everybody to see. Smooth and velvety. So I am all about the crust. I am all about crust. Remember, this is pie dough. Yes. Okay. So guys, remember, Pink Pastry Month, all month long. We got one more week to go. I'm sure you want to know what's happening next. But guys, if you want to see what's happening in Kiba's place, you gotta subscribe. Check your girl right here for the next video. See you next time right here in Kiba's place.